Are sedans dead in an era of crossovers? Not if Hyundai's new Elantra has anything to say about it. Let's go find out what makes the 2021 version so great. What's up, folks? I'm Dave Underkoffler, editor of Autolist.com, and today we're taking a look at the 2021 Hyundai Elantra. It's a compact car, so it goes up against some really big names in the industry, like the Honda Civic, Toyota Corolla, and the Mazda 3. With so many buyers ditching sedans in favor of crossovers and SUVs today, brands like Hyundai have pulled out all the stops to make their cars more compelling, which is a key reason why Hyundai gave this new Elantra such an eye-catching design. But are these bold looks more than skin deep, or is the new Elantra all show and no go? Let's go find out. So the most obvious change that Hyundai made for this 2021 model was to give it a massive dose of styling over its predecessor. It's sporty, it's angular, and it doesn't look like anything else on the road, for better or worse. So let's take a look at some of the details on this Elantra's design. You've got 17-inch alloy wheels on the limited model that we're testing. You've got some character lines running along the body here. You've also got a little too much flat plastic on the rear door for my liking. Nice character line runs to the deck lid here. And a lot of angles really pull together here, again, for better or worse in terms of styling. One thing I really do like, though, is this horizontal light bar that runs along the width of the car. Not only does it have a new look, but this new Elantra is also bigger than its predecessors. The wheelbase has been stretched by about 1 inch, and overall length is up by nearly 3 inches. So where does all that space go? Well, most of it lands in the back seat. Legroom back there is up by more than 2 inches, giving the new Elantra one of the roomiest back seats in the segment. Headroom and shoulder room are also up a bit over the previous generation. So this new Elantra comes with one of 4 powertrain options. The one we have here is actually the base. This is a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine that makes 147 horsepower and 132 pound-feet of torque. It's paired up with a CVT type of automatic gearbox, and it's standard on the SE, SEL, and this limited model we're testing today. Hyundai is also offering the Elantra as a hybrid for the limited and SEL trims. That model uses an electric motor and a 1.6-liter gas engine for 139 total horsepower and up to 195 pound-feet of torque. It's paired with a 6-speed dual-clutch transmission and will get more than 50 miles per gallon in highway driving. Then you get the new N-Line version. This sport-oriented model is new to the Hyundai family and packs a 1.6-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that makes 201 horsepower and 195 pound-feet of torque. It's paired with either a 6-speed manual, which is increasingly rare these days, or a 7-speed dual-clutch gearbox. And finally, at the top of the Elantra lineup, Hyundai will be launching the first ever Elantra N. Now that's different than the N-Line, and I know that's a little confusing. The N model will use the same powertrain as the Veloster N, which is a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder that should make about 275 horsepower. It'll be hooked up to either a 6-speed manual transmission or an 8-speed dual-clutch. That Elantra N is due in late 2021. All right, so we're going to show you the interior next, but before we do, what do you think of the car so far? Do you like the exterior styling? Would you choose it over a Honda Civic or Toyota Corolla? Let us know in the comments below. As expressive and bold as the exterior is, the interior is actually pretty understated, and that's a good thing. There are clean lines throughout the cabin, and all of the controls are easy to reach, no matter which trim level you choose. All Elantras come standard with an 8-inch touchscreen display, with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connectivity, and a backup camera with parking guidelines. The loaded limited trim that we're in today comes with a heap of standard features. That includes 2 10-inch screens, one for the instrument panel and one for the infotainment screen. You've also got a moonroof, you've got a Bose sound system with 8 speakers, and heated leather seats. This Elantra also has some nice features built into it that give it kind of a luxury feel. This leather-wrapped steering wheel has a nice solid feel to it. There are knurled finishes on the end of these stalks and some nice brushed metal finish work here. So while the Elantra's cabin is nice, there are a few things that I took issue with. For one, there's no tuning knob. There's a volume knob here, but it definitely could use a tuning knob. Second, the instrument panel screen really doesn't show you all that much more information than a traditional screen. And finally, there's this weird plastic piece at the end of the dashboard that doesn't do anything or have any buttons. It just kind of sits there and stares at you. That's a little strange. So what about space? Well, the Elantra has more of that too. Headroom is up in this car versus its predecessor. And as I mentioned earlier, this car also has a longer wheelbase, so there's more legroom in the back. Now I'm 6'1" and I have plenty of space in the back seats. Behind the wheel, the 2021 Elantra is pretty much what you'd expect for this class. It has just enough power to see you through your daily duties, although it certainly won't overwhelm you next time you're at a stoplight. The engine does tend to drone a little bit when you really accelerate hard, but otherwise it's pretty refined and stays quiet. The ride quality and the noise levels are pretty good for a compact car in this segment. The steering has a nice but light feel to it, and the brakes are plenty responsive. Overall, the handling in this new Elantra is pretty good. It's responsive as you'd want to be, but also comfortable for daily driving. Now, in terms of safety, this new Elantra comes with a full suite of active safety features, with one notable exception. Only the Limited trim, the one we're testing today, comes standard with adaptive cruise control. The SE and SEL versions do not, and that's a bit of an oversight because some of the competitors of the Elantra make them standard across all trim levels. One small feature I really like about this Elantra is how easy it is to put the transmission into sport mode. You don't even need to take your eyes off the road. You simply move the shift lever over to the left. That's nice in passing situations when you want a little more aggression from the transmission, and you don't have to fumble for a button or go through menus in the dashboard. If you do want to put the car in its full sport mode, it's got that too, with a button down here by the shift lever. Now, Hyundai couldn't just throw all this new styling and technology and safety features at the Elantra and then jack up the price. These are compact cars and they need to stay value-oriented. To that point, the base SE model starts at $20,645, the SEL is $21,985, and the Limited that we tested here is $26,445. Want the hybrid? Add $2,650 for the gas-sipping versions of the SEL and Limited cars. The faster-moving N-Line Elantra will run you about $25,000 for versions with a 6-speed manual and $26,195 for the 7-speed dual-clutch. Hyundai hasn't announced pricing yet for the top-end Elantra N. All right, folks, there you have it, the 2021 Hyundai Elantra. What do you think? Be sure to let us know in the comments below. And if you're shopping for a new Elantra or anything on the market, check out Autolist.com and our award-winning app for all the best deals. I'm Dave Underkoffler. We'll see you out there.